Bitcoin's move has been clear, and while most traders have started hesitating during this consolidation, I doubled down. I longed the bottom and added on Bluefin, and now the breakout is starting. In this video, I'll show you what is really happening and what's coming next. So as always, let's get started with a shorter time frame. And in that shorter time frame, Bitcoin has been seeing a perfect liquidity grab to the downside, like we have been exactly predicting, grabbing all of the liquidity below the previous lows, coming to our level of support, which that level of support we have been exactly longing over on VX and over on Bluefin. Anyways, after this liquidity grab, we've been exactly reclaiming our level of support. And right now, we've been forming this falling wedge pattern where we have been getting a breakout to the upside of. So this will be huge for the Bitcoin price. If you have been following me for a longer time, you of course already do know that I absolutely love falling wedge patterns. They've been just so accurate for the entirety of this Bitcoin bull market. We've been easily trading every single breakout of these falling wedge patterns to the upside, and we have been profiting a lot from these falling wedge patterns. Right now, we're just creating one again. So this is going to be huge. We'll be talking about this exactly a bit later. First of all, need to be talking about the fact that this shakeout and this bear trap, which we have been seeing, and we have been exactly predicting this bear trap. Over here, the bear trap is set. We've been predicting that this bear trap was going to happen at the exact top, but this trap is right now completed. I think it is finished, and it is time that we're going to be headed to the upside again. Everybody is starting to hesitate, but we are not. The data is very clear. The charts are very clear. We have grabbed all of the liquidity perfectly down below, and Bitcoin is setting up for something bigger. Because in that longer time frame, we are still getting that falling wedge breakout to the upside. And always, whenever we are getting a falling wedge breakout to the upside, we initiate new all-time highs, or at least new highs, right, in the beginning of the cycle. But right now, it's going to be new all-time highs. So I do think that Bitcoin is going to be headed even higher. It's going to be initiating this leg even higher. And because we just have a lot of data that shows this. First of all, we are getting a hidden bullish divergence to the upside, not a regular one, but definitely a hidden one. So momentum is about to reverse back to the upside again. This is a strong indication that momentum is to flip to the upside. We are going to be getting bullish momentum. Now, on top of that, we've been perfectly following the global liquidity. We've been perfectly following the global liquidity both to the upside, but also to the downside. The upside over here, and right now again to the downside. This is the global liquidity with a 72-day lag. Now it just depends on what day lag you're going to be having a look into. You can be having a look into a 105-day lag. You can be having a look into a 75-day lag. But right now, for the shorter time frame, I think a 72-day lag is going to be the most accurate one, because this is going to be highlighting this perfect dip which we are getting and this perfect bear trap which we have been getting. And after this bear trap, it is suggesting that we are about to reverse back to the upside again with a very big impulsive wave to the upside. So let's see if we're going to be doing that. Let's see if we're going to be following the global liquidity further to the upside. I do think that we will, because we just have a lot of charts which are going to be confluencing with this fact. First of all, also because of this chart, we have been buying the exact bottom. And after buying that exact bottom, we've always been initiating new all-time highs, right? Now, on top of that, everybody is hesitating during this bear trap. The funding rates are still trading negative. Majority of the Bitcoin traders are still trading short. If there are any Bitcoin traders, they are still trading short, because majority of the Bitcoin traders have already been getting shaken out by this move to the downside. And having a look into the open interest, well, open interest is literally not budging at all. It's not moving at all during this move over here, indicating that this price action which we have been getting over here is just because of spot buying and spot selling. So that is a very bullish fact. We do not have open interest increasing during this move. It's basically just spot buying and spot selling. That is exactly what we want to see. Now, if there are traders in the market still, they are trading short. We can be seeing this in the Bitcoin funding rates. And we do know that 90% of the time, 90% of the Bitcoin traders tend to be wrong in the market. So if they're trading short right now because funding rates are negative, we will probably most likely just see another move to the upside. And that is exactly what I do think is gonna happen. Now, I will say, as long as the Bitcoin funding rates will still remain to be this negative over on Bitcoin, I will still remain to be bullish on Bitcoin. And I will still expect higher prices for Bitcoin. Now, on top of the Bitcoin funding rates, we can also see that this bear trap has been getting finished. Of course, we have been talking about the shakeout, right? But the moving averages and this golden cross is exactly highlighting this fact, because we have been seeing a dead cross, just like we have been seeing a dead cross in 2024. After the dead cross, we have been seeing a golden cross, just like we have been seeing right now. We've been seeing a golden cross just a few weeks ago. And after this golden cross, we've been seeing actually a dump to the downside to shake out all of the weak hands. This was a shakeout, and this was the bear trap before headed very impulsively to the upside. Now, right now, the same exact thing has been happening. We have seen the golden cross. We've seen this bear trap and shakeout to the downside, shaking out all of the weekends. And after shaking out all of the weekends, I do think we are about to see a very impulsive move to the upside. More on that exactly what I exactly expect a little bit later, because we could also be seeing just a little bit further of consolidation. More on that exactly a little bit later. But important to know is that right now, Bitcoin is exactly retesting that 50 daily moving average, and also that 50 daily moving average has been very important for the past price action for Bitcoin. Right here, a perfect retest to the downside, followed by bearish price action. Right here, also a rejection over here. We reclaimed the 50 daily moving average that has led to this amazing rally to the upside. And right now we are retesting the 50 daily moving average again. So I do think we can be expecting a very significant bounce. Anyways, all the charts are pointing into the same direction and into the same thing, that the bear trap is finished and that people are hesitating, but we should not be hesitating, because it is very clear and very obvious what is about to happen next, in my opinion. Anyways, one fact where a lot of people are in fact talking about is that Bitcoin needs to slow down, and that Bitcoin needs to slow down over here because we're approaching a Bitcoin summer, and Bitcoin summers have historically always been quite bearish and quite boring for the Bitcoin price action. Like we can be seeing over here, majority of the Bitcoin summers have actually been boring. We have seen 3 boring summers, then a green summer, and a very exciting summer, okay? This is one fact which is shown from history. Always the last summer of every single cycle is usually always very exciting. Like you can be seeing over on this screenshot over here, we always have a Bitcoin halving year. And after that Bitcoin halving year, we always see a bullish end of the year with very exciting price action. We have been seeing this every single summer. And I do think that this summer will be the same exact thing again. We have seen 3 bad summers. Right now, bullish summer is going to be incoming. So do not get fooled by the people that will say that we are about to see a boring summer. Very important to keep that in mind. And yeah, if this breakout is going to be coming, here's exactly where I think it can go, talking about some price targets. First of all, I do think in a shorter time frame, Bitcoin could easily be going to this 117k level. This is going to be this uptrending level of resistance. I think this is going to be the first real level of resistance we need to be watching and keeping an eye on. Now, the second level is going to be this Fibonacci level of resistance, and this is going to be coming in at about that 123k level. So these are going to be 2 levels we need to be watching for the shorter time frame for Bitcoin. And if you're going to be taking some trades, more on that later, well then these are going to be some of your targets you need to be keeping in mind. Anyways, the bear trap is finished. These are going to be some of the targets. I have not been hesitating. I've been longing the exact bottom over on VX, like you can be seeing over here. And I've added even more size over on my trade that I've already opened over on Bluefin. I've already opened this trade over on Bluefin at this falling wedge breakout that we've been initially getting. And if you have been a long time subscriber to my channel, you of course already knew about this falling wedge breakout. I've been screaming about that falling wedge breakout at that point. But anyways, congratulations if you've also been adding to your trade or opening up a trade over here. And yeah, a lot of people have been hesitating, but we were not. Now, if you did once again miss out on this Bitcoin trade that we've been recently opening, well, I think this is going to be your next best opportunity again, because it doesn't matter how many opportunities you're going to be missing with Bitcoin. There's always going to be a next opportunity. And right now, I think this is going to be your next opportunity. If you did miss out on all of my previous calls, if you did miss out on this liquidity grab, if you did miss out on this falling wedge breakout, well, I think this is going to be your next best opportunity. It's going to be slightly more risky in my opinion, but I do think ultimately this is another falling wedge breakout. Ultimately, we might be seeing a bit more consolidation over here. And ultimately, I do think it's going to be a bit more risky because I do expect more consolidation into the Bitcoin EMA ribbons. But ultimately, well, the technical analysis is not lying. This could be a very good opportunity over here. And if you are going to be getting interested in trading this yourself as well, make sure to be checking out that first link down below, because with that first link down below, you can first of all claim a $30,000 deposit bonus, a 20% deposit bonus on whatever you deposit. But on top of that, you can also claim a Rolex and MacBook. The more you trade, the bigger rewards you can get. Have a look into that link down below. These are going to be the rewards you can be easily getting. And this trading volume is pretty easy to get, so you can easily get these rewards. On top of that, also a 70% fee discount. Over 5 million users right now. You can use up to 200x leverage, so be sure to be checking it out with the first link down below. But the real money, well, it's not even in Bitcoin anymore. I think the last wave is going to be coming, of course, for Bitcoin. We are going to be seeing this last wave. We could very well set ourselves up right now for that last wave, because the price action is just looking beautiful. I mean, the bear trap looks to be finished over here. But anyways, the real money is not even going to be with Bitcoin anymore, in my opinion. The real money is going to be with altcoins. Altcoins are about to explode. And a huge opportunity is brewing with Ethereum. First of all, Ethereum is forming a massive, beautiful bull flag pattern at this moment. So shaping up very nicely. If we are going to be breaking this one out to the upside, could be, once again, a very good opportunity to be trading that breakout. But what is very interesting with Ethereum, in my opinion, is that the ETH-BTC chart is forming this bullish pennant. So I think Ethereum is soon about to outperform Bitcoin over here. If we are going to be seeing this bullish breakout, we first of all need to be seeing a bullish breakout confirmation, and then we can expect that breakout. But why I do think that this will be happening is because the major players, the major whales, are heavily accumulating Ethereum at this moment. Having a look into the Ethereum ETFs, we have only been seeing a lot of accumulation. They are setting themselves up for a massive move that is about to come for Ethereum, in my opinion. And just like we have been doing, because we've also been preparing for this move. I mean, the on-chain indicators are just there. The on-chain signals are just there. The facts are there. And having a look into the Fed balance sheet, this is getting very interesting because it is looking like we are rounding a bottom right now. Like quantitative tightening is about to stop at this moment. We do know that this is going to be a huge factor for altcoin season that might be coming. And all of these facts combined, I think we can be seeing a 2017 style like alt season, just like we have been seeing in 2017 with quantitative tightening stopping over here. Just curving out the bottom on the Fed balance sheet and starting alt season over here. Looking very interesting, looking very bullish. Let's see if that is going to be happening. I do think that's going to be a very big chance. Anyways, with that being said, make sure to follow me over on X to stay up to date about every single market development. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.